Welcome to the Goof Podcast, episode 23.
It's 24.
I'm 24.
No, it's 23,
idiot. I'm
Idiot.
Nick. I'm Nick, idiot.
I'm Raymond.
Idiot.
I'm Travis.
Idiot.
Yeah, Nick is on a rager right now.
I'm telling Nick's fucking boosted, dude. He's been gone for 2 fucking weeks and he comes back ready to fight.
He comes back like your dad, or just like, why is everything doing wrong?
I can't hear that. Said that mixer's broken.
Then he starts winding up. Brang, brang, brang. Oh my god.
Anyway, we got our phone silenced. We got the timer going.
Actually, I think my volume might be on, but my phone's over there.
Just don't use your phone.
No one will text me.
You
It's
stupid
fine.
millennial.
Every time someone texts, I'm going to point it out now.
All right, Jennifer, you hear that? Text me.
Do it right now.
Wait, knowing Jennifer, she's gonna send like 5 texts in one.
5
Does she
memes.
actually listen to the podcast?
I don't know.
Oh.
If she doesn't, I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, I don't know if Natty
I know.
does either.
All
I
right,
think she
Jennifer,
does every so often, but not like all the
if
time.
you're listening to this, then send me a picture of Jar Jar Binks. That's how I'll know if she listened or not.
Ooh.
And if she doesn't, after like 3 weeks, I'm going to send her a picture of Jar Jar Binks.
Will you remember though?
I'm going to set a reminder.
You're going to wake up and it's like,
3 weeks from now. What?
3 weeks,
Why Jar
7 years.
Jar Jar stinks? Oh, I know that.
I know this one. So should we get an argument settled before we keep going about it?
God,
Jesus
yeah.
Okay,
Christ,
so I
Raymond.
asked if any of us have we all done like retail anything?
Is this just an account?
I just kind of meant like just working as a cashier or something. And then Travis was like, "Yeah, I have," but Nick hasn't. And then Nick was like, "Hey, yeah, I have. I worked at what'd you work at?
I worked at
Super
a
Super or something.
supermarket. Superior.
Yeah, that's what it was. All right, and then okay, start. Who wants to
Go.
start first?
Topic start.
What? It's different, okay?
Is it different?
It's absolutely different.
What's different about it, Travis?
Because in food services, when you're at a grocery store, you're selling food. And it's the same thing that Raymond was saying earlier, like working in a restaurant when people want food, they're a very particular way and they're very precise about things. And when they're not getting the certain deals they want, they're not getting a certain like expiration date, and they ask for certain things. It's a whole different conundrum compared to selling in retail when they're asking for like, what's this made out of and all of that shit. Like, it's a completely different spectrum.
Do people ask what a shirt is made out of?
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
would assume so.
Bitch, look at the label.
No, because when I worked in food, they asked what the cup was made out of. So
Yeah,
What?
dude. They ask all the time where I work. And like, for instance, this Wally shirt that I'm wearing right now, it's
Is this pure Arabian cotton?
no, they say recycle because it's recycled cotton.
from
Okay.
Japan.
Like, oh, what does that mean? It's recycled? Like, it
Does it
was in the
mean worse?
trash, and I was like,
Yeah.
Does it
yeah, man,
matter?
that's exactly what it means.
It's a
Like,
brand new product. What's the
I
matter?
literally went out to the dumpster, pulled it out, screen printed it myself, and here it is in the store.
Are they different? No, because like people ask that stuff about food too, but it's like a
Yeah.
different thing. It's like,
That's
is this
exactly what
gluten
I'm saying.
free?
It's a different thing.
But it's a similar experience. You get like shitty
Yeah.
customers that come in and ask you about shit that you're not paid to know.
All I gotta say is, entry level jobs like that you're gonna deal with scumbags.
They're pretty awful.
It's in the same realm.
Anyone who hasn't worked a real retail job yet, you're fortunate.
I feel like everybody should at least they have to at least for like half a year,
At least suffer for
so
a
they
year or a half a
understand
year.
like the struggle.
yeah.
And that way people aren't such
Yeah.
fucking assheads.
Because
when they go
some
into
people are just
retail,
like
dude.
the worst. Like I don't know why. They
It's
just
always
feel
so
like
funny.
they can treat someone
I
terrible.
always see so much complaining online, like, oh, younger people are so rude and stuff.
It's always the old
it's
people.
always the old people.
Yeah,
dude.
it's like-
so fucking
Because
rude.
the young, like usually when I'd get when they look like they're college age or somewhere around there, even high school kids, they're pretty patient.
yeah, they're chill as
And if
fuck,
you
dude.
say anything, they're like, "Well, I did the same thing
Yeah.
you did." It's like, "Bitch, you did that like 30 years
Yeah.
ago. Try again."
It's
Yeah.
always somehow trying to belittle you because they're older. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like some seniority thing. It just
Yeah, it's
doesn't-
like, respect your elders. If they don't
doesn't work
respect
over
me,
I don't know.
I'm
When
not
I
gonna
had
respect them.
when I worked as like a cashier, my worst customers were usually older, or at least older looking.
yeah, same here.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
It was
Yeah.
interesting, Travis. You and I were talking about something. I think we hit
Were
on
we?
the same topic. Yeah, we were talking about like respect or whatever.
Respect the pouch.
You were like, you said something about like, oh, people like respect your elders, like regardless of what they do or whatever,
Yeah.
right? And it's like, well, everyone's kind of on a point system. Where it's like, if you do something shitty, it's like you get lower and lower on my scale until I
Yeah.
just straight up like whatever, you know.
Oh, what I said?
Yeah, you were saying
Oh,
something
yeah.
like that, right?
Yeah, so for me, like, I give every single person that I meet the same level of trust and respect, like no matter
Yeah.
who they are, what they are, whatever. Everyone gets it because you're a human being. You get the same amount of respect, same amount of trust, all of that. What you do is how you either get more trust and respect or less trust and respect. And I don't give a lot of chances once you're at past a certain point of I just don't want to deal with you anymore.
Yeah, you
And
get
also
Travis.
this also applies to family members for him.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, yeah.
Including me and Nick, we feel the same.
I'm not a person that's like the
Yeah.
blood's thicker than water or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, I choose the people I consider family.
I think that's like a modern trend.
I think so too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it
like
honestly feels that way now.
you no longer are forced to, you're no longer stuck with the family you're born with.
Yeah.
After a certain point, you kind of just choose your own.
Yeah, but I mean, like, because I've started opening up a lot more about this lately,
Yeah.
and like the people I've told about it, they're like, "Oh, that's so sad that like you don't consider like your actual brother, and you don't consider your parents, like you don't know that familial love."
Yeah.
And yeah, like it's sad in a sense, but at the same time, I never felt it, so I don't really know what it is to not feel it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
You
And
don't know
then,
like the loss of, like when you do lose it.
Yeah, and I mean like the closest thing that I would consider a brother is Raymond, because he's like the closest thing that I've ever, like, going off of like the stereotypical like what makes a brother, like what is a brotherly relationship.
Yeah.
I never had that with like my blood brother, I
Yeah.
guess you
Yeah.
could say. And I've had all of that with Raymond, so he's what I consider and know as a brother.
Yeah.
But with my actual brother, like we're such completely different people, and I I don't want to be around him because of the way that he
You're
is.
like, there's
Mhm.
many reasons. But
Yeah.
Yeah, and so because of that, growing up, I never knew what that was like. And I mean, growing up also, like, I didn't know how to process emotions very well when I was a
I
kid.
feel that.
And so, like, because of that, like, the only reason I ever hung out with, like, my friend when I was a kid was because I thought that was the normal thing to do.
Like you felt like you had to have like some sort of acquaintance
Yeah,
or
like,
something, huh?
Mhm.
I didn't want to. Like, I had no, like, will to do it.
No,
but
you wanted
like,
to
it was
when Halo 2 was involved.
Yeah, but that was for selfish
But it wasn't for him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a selfish reason.
And
And the swimming
You want
pool.
to be Master Chief.
And so it was like, because of that, I never was able to process like what it was to have like that family relationship.
Yeah.
So I never really knew what it was to lose it. And so because of that, like growing up, I never had that like type of thing. So I just kind of figured it out on my own.
Yeah.
And I started just giving everyone the same amount of respect and trust.
Pretty much.
And I mean, I like it. I don't hang out with people that are like up to no good.
Yeah.
Like I choose the people that I have close to me very carefully.
Mm-hmm.
And like, and I might come off as like melancholic and like kind of rudish to some
Yeah.
people because of that, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah,
I got,
for
you're
me
like,
too.
I got my few I like.
If
so.
anyone gets offended by that, then it's just that's
Yeah.
their fault.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
I feel like that's the same for me too. It's like I mean I do have a family relationship with my own family,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it's like I have over the years chosen my friends very carefully, and I
Yeah.
like if someone were to talk to me, I wouldn't really talk to them too much, like other than what they say to me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like I only speak to people that speak to me.
Oh, I know that too. Where someone's like,
Yeah.
"You're so quiet." You're like, "Cause you don't talk to me."
Yeah,
I'm
like
not
I
good
have
at-
stuff to say, but I'm not just
Yeah.
gonna bother you about it.
I'm
and
not. I'm not good at.
I
starting
don't
it,
really
but
have
If
a-
you talk to me, then I can talk.
I don't really care to make more friends
Yeah.
as of right now, especially if like I have to really try to be someone else around them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like around my old friends back in LA and around you guys and the friends that I've made out here,
Yeah.
I am pretty like I don't really put a mask on or
You're just
anything.
yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I had to do that in the past and it
Mm.
wasn't so fun. So
No, absolutely.
yeah, like now
Yeah.
I've learned to kind of just like if I have to try way too hard to be someone else,
You're like, "Then not people for me."
yeah,
See, it's funny you bring that up because that's the thing that I've been struggling with my coming of self, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Because after high school, like Raymond could back me up on this. Like in high school, I was just completely different from
Yeah.
how I am now. Like, and the reason for it is because I grew up not being able to, comprehend emotions very well.
Yeah.
I was putting on masks for who I thought I was supposed to be for different people. So I was a certain way around my parents. I was a certain way with my brother. A certain way with his friends, my friends.
So like since you couldn't
everyone else at
process
school.
emotions, you had to kind of like go
with
with
what
you
was
thought the
needed.
social norm, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the social norm, but what I
What
felt
you
was
felt
needed in
was-
the group.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so I played the person that I thought a group needed. And then I had by the time I hit high school, towards the end of high school, I was wearing so many different masks that I didn't even know who the fuck I was.
Yeah.
And that's why after high school, I just like kind of fell off the face of the earth there, and like I had to start like finding myself, and it's been a long like 4 years.